This is the fourth part of this series. Already I uploaded 3 parts. Please view them also. Now, first question. Demand for a good will tend to be more elastic if it exhibits which of the following characteristics? Options. A. It represents a small part of the consumer's income. B. The good has many substitutes available. C. It is a necessity. D. There is little time for the consumer to adjust to the price change. Goods having many substitutes have elastic demand. A small percentage increase in the price of a substitute good will cause a higher percentage increase in the demand for a given good, and vice versa. Option B is correct. Second question. Demand for a good tend to be more inelastic if it exhibits which of the following characteristics? Options. A. The good has many substitutes. B. The good is a luxury. C. The good is a small part of the consumer's income. D. There is a great deal of time for the consumer to adjust to the change in price. If the expenditure incurred on some goods constitute a tiny part of the total income of the consumers, they will not feel the pinch of changes in the price of these goods. They continue to buy more or less the same quantity. So, goods which entails a small part of the total income of the consumers have relatively inelastic demand. Option C is the correct answer. Suppose a consumer's income increases from 30,000 rupees to 36,000 rupees. As a result, the consumer increases her purchases of compact discs from 25 CDs to 30 CDs. What is consumer's income elasticity of demand for CDs? Use arc elasticity method. Options. A. 0.5, B. 1, C. 1.5, D. 2. In the previous session, using arc elasticity formula, we calculated price elasticity of demand. Here, using arc elasticity formula, we are to calculate income elasticity. I have altered the same formula by replacing price with income. This is the formula. Income elasticity of demand equal to original quantity Q minus new quantity Q1 by original income I minus new income I1 multiplied by original income I plus new income I1 by original quantity Q plus new quantity Q1. Identify the values. Q 25 CDs, new quantity Q1 30 CDs, original income 30,000 rupees, new income 36,000 rupees. Substitute the values in the formula. Income elasticity 1. Option B is the correct answer. Question 4. Total utility is maximum when options. A. Marginal utility is 0. B. Marginal utility is at its highest point. C. Marginal utility is negative. D. None of the above. Look at this graph. Total utility is maximum when marginal utility is 0. Option A must be your answer. Fifth question. Which one is not an assumption of the theory of demand based on the analysis of indifference curves? Options. A. given scale of preferences as between different combinations of two goods. B. Diminishing marginal rate of substitution. C. Diminishing marginal utility of money. D. Consumers would always prefer more of a particular good to less of it, other things remaining the same. Indifference curve analysis does not make any assumptions regarding utility of money. Correct choice is option C. Sixth question. An indifference curve slopes down towards right since more of one commodity and less of another result in options A. Same level of satisfaction. B. Greater satisfaction. C. Maximum satisfaction. D. Any of the above. Indifference curve slopes downward from left to right. Consumer gives up good Y and acquires good X. Loss of satisfaction due to reduction in the stock of Y is exactly compensated by gain in satisfaction due to increase in the stock of X. So, the total level of satisfaction remains at the same level. Option A is the correct answer. That workers in a steel plant managed to force a significant increase in their wage package. How would the new wage contract be likely to affect the market supply of steel, other things remaining the same? Options. A. Supply curve will shift to left. B. Supply curve will shift to the right. C. Supply curve will not shift, but quantity of cards produced per month will decrease. D. Supply will not shift, but the quantity of cards produced per month will increase. Other things remaining the same, after an increase in the wage, the supply curve will shift to left, resulting in a reduction in output. Look at this graph. At the original wage, the supply curve is S1. Output is 40 units. After an increase in wage, the supply curve shifts to left. The new supply curve is S. Output falls to 25 units. So option A must be your answer. Eighth question. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Options. A. An indifference curve must be downward sloping to the right. B. Convexity of the curve implies that the slope of the curve diminishes as one moves from left to right. C. The income elasticity for inferior goods to a consumer is positive. D. The total effect of a change in price of a good on its quantity demanded is called the price. Demand for inferior goods is negatively related to income. So, the elasticity of demand for the inferior goods is negative. Option C is the correct choice. Ninth question. The successive units of stamps collected by a little boy give him greater and greater satisfaction. This is a clear case of options. A. Operation of law of demand. B. Consumers' surplus enjoyed in hobbies and rare collections. C. Exception to the law of diminishing marginal utility. D. None of the above. In the case of rare collections, the law of diminishing marginal utility doesn't work. The little boy collects only the stamps whose availability is very rare. The more he collects, more satisfaction he gets. This is certainly an exception to the law of diminishing marginal utility. Option C should be your choice. 10th question. What will happen in the rice market if buyers are expecting a higher rice prices in the near future? Options. A. The demand for rice will increase and the demand curve will shift to the right. B. The demand for rice will decrease and the demand curve will shift to the right. C. The demand for rice will be unaffected as it is a necessity. D. The demand for wheat will increase and the demand curve will shift to the right. A mere expectation of an increase in the price of rice in the near future makes people to buy more at the existing price. This pushes up the demand for rice. The demand curve of rice will be shifted to the right. So, option A must be your answer. This session ends here. We shall meet in the next session.